Hello and welcome back to the Mother-in-Law Suite. Forgive me, I've been gone. I was on an unannounced and unexpected hiatus of 2 weeks, but I am back, and we are moving. Things were happening, things were going, things were grooving. Some good, some bad, some okay, But nevertheless, I'm back. I'm here, and we're joined today by the one and only the Brandon, the Brando, the Yasim, the Fadoink F for the win. How you doing?
Hello.
How you
I'm pretty
how you
good.
vibing? You going? You moving?
I'm moving.
You're schmooving?
I'm schmoove. One could say I'm schmooving.
One could say I'm schmooving. Yeah, bro. This guy's a Smash prodigy, so he's always schmooving. He said
schmooving.
he's always schmooving.
Is this your first bald? Is this the first bald podcast?
No, I've been bald.
Oh, you've been bald?
No, I've been bald.
Damn.
Yeah. Unfortunate.
You've been bald for longer than I thought, actually. Come to think
Yeah, I've
of
been
it.
bald for about 2 months.
It looks better now, though. I will say it looked kind of not. I don't know. It did look bad when you first got it done, but like, I don't know.
It was jarring. It was different.
I've gotten used to it, and I think your scalp has gotten a little more used to it because you've been shaving it pretty constantly.
Yeah.
And you kind of like the complexion, because your top of your head was like so pale.
It was it was pretty bad.
Well, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad.
It was pretty white. It was pretty. It was not used to the sunlight as it is now. That is for sure. I went to the beach a few times, and I think me going out there in the sun, putting some sunscreen on, got it cooking a little bit, so it ain't so white. Instead of rare, it's medium rare now.
Do you get like sunburn on your head?
You can.
Damn,
Just gotta be
that must
careful.
suck.
Gotta put like a ton. I know, yeah. It would not feel nice. Someone told me to never get sunburned on my head because it feels like he said it doesn't hurt, but it feels like the itchiest scalp you've ever had in your entire life. And I'm like, okay, that sounds horrible. I'm not gonna do it. So I haven't gotten it done, or I haven't gotten a sunburn. I forgot a hat today. I went over to a town nearby. I kind of manage storage containers at a storage facility. And I have to go over there and I have to like change locks out and lock people out that haven't paid, and then unlock people who I've locked out that has paid since their debt, if that makes sense.
Wait,
So
is that
like
like an
if I had
official job
locked
you have?
them, huh?
Is that like a new job you have? Like,
Kinda. I go out there like 3 times a month. It's like
interesting.
it's not it's like a side gig kind of thing, just an extra
Yeah.
spare lump of change,
Yeah.
But I went out there today and I forgot a hat and sunscreen. I was kind of scared. I was kind of trying to stick to the shadows. It was, but
Well, you do
it
wear a
is
lot
how
of
it is.
hats, so I guess you
Yeah,
don't really have to worry about that as much.
that is true. I don't know. I will say though, when I went over there today, bro, I pulled in, and there's like the office, and right next to the office there's a bathroom, and they both have like code locks on it, like a digital lock, right?
Yeah.
Digital deadbolt, so you have to put the code in and it'll unlock the door so you can go in. And the door on the left, bro, the restroom door was like cracked open. I'm like, oh my god, did I not shut it? And I thought like the light was on and everything. Well, I opened the door, the light wasn't on, it turned on because it's a motion sensor. I'm like, okay, good. And then I look at the toilet, bro. Oh my god. It was like the it was vile, bro. It was so gross. Some dude like blew the bathroom up and then overflowed the toilet, and then just left it and didn't even tell the landlord. Didn't even tell my boss. He like asked my boss for the code to the restroom, apparently, because he messaged. I told my boss about it, and he's like, yeah, someone asked me for the code a few days ago. I said, uh well, it's bad. Like, it was to the point to where I couldn't see the bottom of the bowl, so I was trying to plunge this thing.
It's
It
not
was
even your job is
disgusting.
to plunge it, is it? You just kind of had to, you like, or is it? Do you have to like clean the bathrooms and stuff there?
No, I'm not doing that. I told him, I'm like, listen, bro, I can't get in there. He's like, all right, I have some cleaning people to come out there. I
I've
said,
been
okay,
fortunate
good.
enough to never have to. I've never had to clean a horrible bathroom. Like I had to clean the
Bro, I've
bathrooms at that warehouse I worked at, and it was like always pretty. Nobody ever used the bathroom. It was so weird.
yeah.
Like everyone just kind of held it, I guess. And
George came over here one time and blew my bathroom up and clogged my toilet, and I had to plunge his shit.
you know me, dude. I'll drive home. I'll literally just drive home if I really have to go. Like, at least if I have to
I mean, I
poop.
don't care if people shit in my house, but
I just
don't
don't
put
like
like an
doing it.
entire roll of toilet paper down there.
Yeah, that's fair.
um, what was it? I think there was a. I've also like had to dig up septic tanks
I
multiple
would
times.
never, dude. I would rather
I've
just.
ha- I've
There's no way you could get me to do that.
I've had to so many times. I had to do mine. And I had to do my neighbors one time when I was a kid, and I couldn't say no. It was
Couldn't say no.
vile.
That sucks, dude. I feel like that's one of those things where like you smell a septic tank and you never forget.
Oh, it's bad.
You never
Oh, it's
forget that
gross.
smell.
It is not fun. I it is gross, yeah. But anyways, bro, I said I went to the beach, I went over to St. Augustine. Have you been to St. Augustine recently?
No, I wanted to go with you, but I had some stuff I had to do. It was my dad's birthday, and
Yeah.
also I had to go to my grandparents' house. All on the same. It was the same
That was
day
a
and the day
tree,
before. Yeah, the tree
right?
fell.
Yeah.
Big tree fell because
Dang.
of the big storm that came by.
You
And
got it all cleaned up though?
yeah, well, they did most of it without me. I mean, I tried. They like for some reason they like don't want to let me work when I go over there. They just want to sit and talk and visit, and I'm like, I want to like help you guys with like your yard work and stuff because you're like old. And
Yeah.
they're like, no, it's too late. We already worked on it earlier. Let's just sit and talk. And I'm like, no, let's get something done. Oh God, that was something fell off my desk. And I was like, no, we should probably go out there and get some of it done. And barely got anything done. And they're like, yeah, no, let's go inside and just visit. And
Yeah.
they just did the rest of it while I was gone. I don't
The
know what.
classic grandparents.
It's annoying because I was literally like came over there to help them. They were like, "No, it's fine." I'm like, "You
That's
are going to
literally every
die.
time I
You are
go over to
going to
mine too.
die if you keep doing this."
God. Um and but yeah, I went out I don't okay. So for those of you who ever do go to St. Augustine, there's like a really cool like distillery. There's like three different distilleries up there, and you can go on free tours. Like not three tours. I mean, you can go on a free tour for each one, so technically three free tours. But either way, you go around, you go in, and they do sampling and tasting. So like I went into like this whiskey one or this one where they did vodka, whiskey, and gin, and they make like these mixed drinks, and you go to like three or four different stations at that one, and they like teach you how they treat the barrels. They teach you how they show you how they like come up with the recipes. They show you they like have these spice containers so you can smell the spices, and then at the end you can like taste any of the vodka or any of the liquors that they use in the mixed drinks by themselves.
Hmm.
They'll pour you like a little taste of it in a little glass or plastic cup or whatever. We went to that, and then after that we went to the winery, right? And at the winery there was free wine tasting, so you went around and they were talking about like, yeah, this is a very nice, like it was a rosé, and they were like, this is a very nice beach wine, so if it's like a summertime and you're wanting to go sit on your porch and look out at the ocean or something, some old lady that has like a beach house because she's rich or something, right? And then she's like, yeah, well, that's my favorite. This is my favorite, to just sit out on the porch and have a glass and look out at the ocean. It's very nice and refreshing and mellow. And I'm like, oh my God, what is going on? But I went through that, and then there was at the second floor there was like this like $5 like paid wine tasting, right? And you basically get like three glasses of like different wines to try out, right?
Yeah.
Bro, I was with Sky and Alex whenever we went up there. We low key got plastered at this winery, bro.
Faded in St. Augustine.
And this is only the second distillery. We still had one more to go to.
My gosh.
So we were walking around there. Sky was like screeching because there was a dog. So she like was talking to. She was like, "This is my best friend." She was like sitting down petting this dog, talking to these people. We went upstairs and we sat down to eat, and then the waitress came over, and then Sky looks at her and she says, she's like, what is your favorite thing to do when you're not working? Like, just a most random question. That's the first thing she says to her when she comes over. I was like, Sky. I'm like, what are you doing? Um, I don't know, but it was a ton of fun. I enjoyed that. Definitely, if anybody ever goes out there, definitely take a look at those. There's also I got some cigars from a cigar shop. They hand roll them there,
St. Augustine
which
is like by far the coolest place I think you can visit in Florida. I don't think it
it's
could
yeah,
like out of everything I've been to. I mean, the theme parks are cool,
yeah,
but it's kind of a one and done thing because if you go again, the first time it's like all magical because you're like, wow, I'm at Disney World. This is, wow, I'm at
yeah.
Universal
Oh
Studios.
my
Oh
god!
my God.
He's
But then
wow.
when you're on like your eighth time going there, you're like, man, I love standing in a line for three
You start
hours.
noticing the like dirty diapers
Yeah,
everywhere.
or like the needles in the parking lot and the $40 sandwiches and stuff like it's just ridiculous. It is ridiculous.
Imagine shooting up and going on small
Dude,
world.
some people must be
God.
because I literally see needles like almost every time I've gone there, like in the parking
God.
lot.
It's a small world after all. Imagine how long that feels like it's lasting. You're like in there for days, it
Make
feels
me go
like.
insane.
But yeah, no, I mean,
St. Augustine is definitely
Disney.
the best. They have the big fort you can go to. They've got like more like I don't know.
There's like a lot of sub areas you can go to not like like submarine sandwiches, but like alternative. You don't have to go to like the main street, or you don't have to go to like. There's a bunch of campgrounds. There's a bunch of parks. There's a bunch of like nightlife. There's a bunch of bars, hotels, shops.
I remember
You
my
know,
favorite thing to do as a kid when going there was they have that busted ass Fountain of Youth place that's like super nasty, but they claim
yeah.
it's the real Fountain of Youth. It's like their whole gimmick, and you go there and they just give you like a little one of those little paper shot glass type cups filled with like dirty spring water. And they have you drink it, and it costs like $20, dude. That's genius. That is literally genius. You're buying dirty spring water for $20, like a shot of it. And they tell you it's the Fountain of Youth. That place is amazing. I want to go back to that place.
We should go. I'll go. I need to take some pictures. I took my camera with me and I forgot to take pictures.
Their
I don't see
ghost
how I can do
tours,
that.
their ghost tours are really cool. I
I
love
never gone
those.
on one of the ghost tours.
They're like really cringe sometimes because they're trying to be creepy the whole time. Like in 1936, someone died in this building. It's like it's St. Augustine. Somebody's died in like every building. Like it's not that I don't know, but it's fun
God.
because they do them at night and the streets aren't as crowded and you can
I
actually
went on
kind of
a
get a cool
ghost
tour
tour.
of the city.
I went on a ghost tour one time in Georgia at Jekyll Island. I remember I was like a
Ooh,
kid
that
and I
sounds
was
kind
like
of cool.
talking. It was like a carriage ride, so it was like a horse drawn, right?
Hmm.
So we were in this carriage and this guy's like driving the horses, right? And he's talking to us, telling us a story, and he said something about roaches or something. And my sister had a friend in high school, and my dad would call him sprayed cockroach because he just wouldn't die, right? He wouldn't like he wouldn't leave the house. Like he would always come back like a cockroach, right?
Your
So
dad
so
called
I was
another
telling
human
this horse
being
driver that on a
sprayed
ghost tour
cockroach.
for no reason.
Your
Sprayed
dad called
cockroach.
your that was his nick like that was a human being you're talking about?
Yeah.
And your dad, wow. What a nick that's like the worst nickname ever to have.
Yeah, it was like sprayed cockroach or something. It was pretty funny. It
Sprayed
was
cockroach.
just doesn't give up. He just keeps coming
Why
back.
do you call him that? He won't die.
He
He
won't
just won't
die.
die. Like, damn. Well, you could say that to anybody. You could apply that to anybody that's alive.
Oh my god,
Damn,
bro. Okay,
I want to
we
go to St.
watched
Augustine
the
now.
Game Fest yesterday, bro.
That shit was
We saw a
depressing.
few games.
That
I
shit
know
was so
you were
depressing.
excited for one, but not because it was coming out, but you're excited for an announcement, which didn't happen.
Team Cherry's gonna make me hang myself, dude. I swear to God, it's been like
S-
3 years, 3.5 years.
Said we want Silk Song, we want Silk
That's
Song.
all anybody wanted. I swear, what do they give us? They give us Last of Us Remastered Definitive Edition 3. It's like, oh great, I get to replay an old game, but on a new system. Fantastic.
Hey, it's coming out on PC though.
Yeah, I've already seen some mods, like mod concepts for it and stuff. Looks pretty funny.
I'm excited. I am excited for that one. There were a few games that I'm looking forward to. Adam, I know, was looking forward to the Predator, or not Predator, the new Alien game. It's like a twin stick shooter. There was another one that got me excited. I can't really remember exactly which one it was. I know I saw this one from Devolver because right after the Gamefest, Devolver Digital did their marketing, and they had a you're a glass, like it's a 3D, like uh third person like skateboarding game, and you're a glass person. So if you fall or something, like you have to restart the level,
Yeah.
but you're like skateboarding, like, and it looked crazy. I don't know, but it looked sick. Oh, that one made me pretty excited. They also had like a really cool in the indie game. I think it was Day of the Devs or something. There was like that one where it was like you play as like the shadow, and you can't step into the light. You have to like be in the shadows at all times. So you have to like jump from shadow to shadow. And you can like change orientation of the camera and stuff. It's really cool. That one looked really neat.
I'm
Um,
not seeing any of these on the list. I had a list pulled up of all the new games. These might just be the new like AAA games.
yeah. I mean, what are some of them on the list?
Like Witchfire,
Oh yeah, that one looked kind of crazy. Remember that? What about that one Helsing? The that metal one,
oh, you're talking about
that
uh
rhythm game.
oh, I just had it pulled up, dude. That game looked crazy. It was like it's literally just Doom, but
Yeah, but a
more
rhythm
music
game.
oriented. Yeah.
There's like System of the Down. They had a singer of from Black Dahlia Murder. They had a there was another band in there that they had.
Metal
That,
Hellsingers.
yeah,
Metal
Metal
Hellsingers, yeah.
Hellsingers.
Dude, I probably wouldn't have even as been as interested in it if they didn't mention System of a Down, dude. I love System of a Down. And the
Yeah,
fact that I really hope that his vocals are good because you said like apparently his vocals are bad recently because his voice or something's
I'd
messed
never
up.
really listened to System. I think that was Adam that was saying that.
I'm also hyped for Nightingale. I think that's my most hyped game that they announced. That's that survival game with like the portal where you can go to different dimensions and shit. And there's like all these like Orwellian horror monster things that attack. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Dude, that game looked amazing. And I hate, you know me, like I don't actually know if you've heard my rants on survival games. I played the most recent survival game I played besides Don't Starve was oh my god,
Grounded. I know you were
Grounded.
playing Grounded
And
for a minute.
bro, it's a fun game, but I am just so tired of playing the same game over and over and over again. It's like it's like isekai.
Yeah,
It's like literally an isekai, but in video game form. It's like, oh, so we're
yeah,
making a new survival game. It's like, okay, the actual gameplay is fun, but you don't get to do the gameplay without having a 30-minute every like in like 30 or 20-minute intervals. You have to go get more food. Oh, go get more water. Oh, your stamina
yeah. I
bar's
I
low.
like survival games that will like have that, like they'll have that to the point like in the first like maybe 2 or 3 hours of gameplay where like every 30 minutes or so you have to get food, but like I like it whenever there's a good pacing on like resource collection. So like let's say you get enough, like you start being able to like macro how much food you get so you can get more quicker and easier. Does that make sense? Like let's say you
Yeah.
can get tools to harvest apples better or something, so you only have to go once per 2 hours instead of once every 30 minutes or something.
Yeah, I wish that all of them were like that, but unfortunately, it I don't know. It doesn't do
I
that
mean, I enjoyed
that
whenever we
often.
played the forest. The building was a bit weird, but like you could like we had those bushes that we grew in our front yard, so we could always just like grab the berries when we were at the house or something. And then whenever we were in the caves, it was always like candy bars and food on the ground. Like that was like one of the few ones that I enjoyed that one quite a bit.
I liked the forest. It was just, and I know it's like an older game, but I just the only thing I
The
didn't
combat
understand
was
was
weird.
like, oh, I actually liked the combat. I'm not gonna lie. It felt like really meaty. Like when you would hit something,
Yeah,
it felt like kind of like Dying Light combat, where like
yeah,
when you hit something, it feels like you actually hit something. It's just
oh yeah,
I don't understand the point of building because building takes so long to do in that game. What is the purpose of having a big base? To sleep in it. That's it. Everything
well
else,
I
all the
don't
other
think we
progression in the game takes place like in the caves, pretty much. So you could
oh, that
literally
is
just go
true,
beat the
yeah.
whole game pretty much in the caves. The only reason you need a base is to like sleep at night. There's no like furnaces or crafting tables, or you do all that in your inventory.
Yeah,
And
you could
storage
just build a
even
fire and stuff on the like on the go.
even the storage system like sucked. Like it's all just
Oh yeah.
it's just like a shelf that you put like four things on.
I think I've been seeing some footage of the second one and it looks sick.
Yeah, I agree. I
I
think it
hope the
looks really
building's
good.
better.
I just want more monsters too, because there were only like four different enemies. Even though it was
Yeah,
like
there are some. I've seen there were like a few teased in the trailer.
they look horrifying.
They are terrifying. They are nasty. Oh, another one of the games. Sorry, just remembered being nasty. There was from the developers of Dead Space. They're coming out with the new game.
I don't think I saw that one. I think I was in
I
the
don't remember
bathroom
the
or something.
name of the game.
Is it
Who made Dead Space or new Dead Space game? New Dead Space. The Callisto Protocol.
oh yeah.
The Callisto Protocol. This game, it's an upcoming survival horror game scheduled for release in December 2nd, 2022. The game is being developed by Striking Distance. So it's like a the origins of the Callisto Protocol became with the formation of the this is just some like oh wait, within PUBG. Within the formation of Distance as a studio within PUBG Corporation. Uh oh. Wow, okay. So basically I think it started out as like within a like a studio under the PUBG like corporation name, and Glenn Schofield like took control of it basically. Like he was like the lead. He helmed by Glenn Schofield, who had previously worked on the Dead Space and Visceral games.
I never
The
even
studio
played
was
any of the
created
Dead
to
Space
expand the
games.
PUBG Battlegrounds universe by creating a narrative-driven game. Schofield has that met with the PUBG Corporation, and they were explained to their goal to expand the PUBG narrative. He had already had the concept of the Callisto Protocol in mind and presented that to them and worked with them to fit his idea into their universe. However, in May 2022, Schofield stated that the game had grown into be its own story and no longer connected to PUBG. He says that there are still like small nods to it though,
Does
like
PUBG
Easter
have
eggs
a
and
wait?
stuff.
Does PUBG have a story?
No, they that's what it was saying was the Callisto Protocol was supposed to be like a narrative of the PUBG kind of
Oh
universe. So they're
God.
trying to make a single player in the PUBG universe, which would be
Feels like they're just
I think
ripping
it
off
could
Fortnite. Because Fortnite has that's like their whole shtick is that there's like a an overarching narrative in why the maps change and why people get add. It's like a whole like multiverse thing. I'm pretty sure.
yeah, I feel like if they were going to do like a like single player like PUBG narrative kind of story game, I think it would go like pre-apocalypse. Because I'm pretty sure PUBG's like post-apocalyptic, right? Like after the world kind of
Is it?
like I think so. Why is everyone killing each other?
Yeah, fair point. Yeah, I don't know.
Because
I haven't even like followed up on PUBG since like 2 years ago.
yeah, that is
I
true.
played like a game of it like probably 6 months ago, and I just walked around the map for 30 minutes looting, and then I just got domed from like a mile away by a car 98, and I was like, okay, we're done with that.
Yeah. I put my time in PUBG, bro.
It was fun.
I enjoyed that game,
It was like
but
the first real game I had on my PC besides Overwatch.
ooh. Mm. Oh, what was there was another game that got announced. Anyway, but before I do that, the Callisto Protocol looks cool. It's about basically what I saw was you're you're escaping a prison on a moon or something. Like Callisto is like a moon, and then there's a prison, and then you're on the prison, and then I guess the prisoners get infected. So it's like a semi-zombie game, virus infection zombie game. So it looked a lot like dying or not dying, Dead Space, but
Hmm.
it, it's a bit different in the way of like I guess combat and stuff maybe. but we will see. I know the Stomp's back. If you ever played the Dead Space games,
No,
you
I've
can
never
like hit
played them.
R1 to stomp. It's pretty good. Those games are good. There was another game called I forgot the name of this one too. It's like Repair or something. Um, Routine, I think. Like Routine Maintenance is the name of the game. It's called Routine. Um, it that one looks pretty cool. Based off the trailer, it's like you come to the space station on the moon, and then you come inside and you start like walking down these stairs. I think it was made by Focus. One no, Focus Entertainment was the new Aliens game. But anyways, you're going down these escalators, or in the video he goes down these escalators, and there's like a dead droid on the ground, like a it looked like a guard or security droid or something, and then it looked like there was another one outside or through this like hallway door thing, or like I guess it was like a tarp hung up in the doorway, and he like kind of moves it aside, and then like one comes up behind him. So what I'm assuming it is like the AI protocol droids on the moon or
Oh,
something
is it
got
that
like
game?
hacked.
It's that game you said you thought it was a Star Wars game when the trailer first dropped because you said those look like protocol droids. That game,
No, that
or is that a
one's
separate thing?
that's Stormgate.
Oh
Um
yeah, dude, Stormgate. I love what we called that was gonna be some type of top down, like just the way that it
yeah,
like they presented it with the super HD cinematic trailer. It's like they never do this for like FPS. This is definitely a MOBA or a RTS, and it turned out to be an RTS.
yeah. This is what Routine was. It was the one where he's going in and he goes down the stairs.
I think I might have been in the bathroom for this one.
Yeah, probably so. But he comes down these stairs and there's like these like little tarp things, and he kind of moves them out of the way. It's like wires. And you see this droid spazzing out, and then one like sparks right next to him, and then one comes up behind him. It looks crazy.
Holy
So what I'm
crap!
assuming is like these protocol droids got like hacked, or like their AI got corrupted or something, and they're taking over the station. You have to go like do routine maintenance on them or
That looks
something.
really good.
It looks sick. It looks really cool. I don't know who's making it. Lunar Software. It looks like Lunar Software is a small independent games company based in the UK who are currently working on Routine. Routine, it looks like the only game under their belt right now, which is interesting.
Damn. I must have missed like half of the good trailers because I don't recognize half these games. The game I was most excited about, low key, besides Nightingale, was which surprises me was the Warhammer game, dude. I don't even like
Oh yeah,
Warhammer, but that game looked fun. It looked like one of
it did.
those team shooters, like in the kind of like Deep
It's
Rock
like
Galactic.
Vermintide.
Yeah, like Vermintide's a better example.
It's a Vermintide set in the 40K universe instead of fantasy,
But it looks
which is sick.
amazing. Just like
It is.
the gameplay
The
and the
combat,
combat
yeah.
and stuff. Like you're like cutting people in half and shit. Like looks really
Good
good.
gore system equals good game.
Literally. Well, yeah. I
It
need
is
to see people
basically true, yeah.
explode when I hit them.
The I was looking at this one Warhammer game that was on Steam, and it was kind of similar to that. This one might be a sequel to that one, but I that one did spark my interest. If I ever like looked into Warhammer, which I can't stay away from it, I'd probably more so gravitate towards 40K instead of fantasy. But that is me. 40K is weird. Do you know anything about 40K, bro?
I know that it has too much lore,
Yeah.
and I know that
There's
a lot of people that I know online are like obsessed with it, and I just never got into it. I don't
so
even know how you get into it. Like I was never introduced to the lore the way I
I
am, like
think it's just
Star
people
Wars
talk
and
about it.
stuff like
It's
that.
literally the same way I'm introduced to it, bro. Like just people talking at you about it, and you just start learning things. Like I learned stuff about it and I didn't even mean to.
Yeah.
like there's like an orc faction, and they believe that like if they paint their ships red, it's like a good luck charm or they'll go faster or something. So they paint their ship red because if they believe it, it will come true, kind of thing. So like, if they believe they're strong, they are strong, kind of thing, or something. It's weird. It's like this weird orc cult that's going on. Um, yeah, no,
It looks pretty
I don't
good.
know. I'm
Routine
trying to
looks
think of
good
any
too.
other games.
Dude, I'm hype about the new One Piece game, and I can't tell if it's
Oh,
just
I forgot
because
about that.
I like One Piece a lot, or if it actually looks good. Because I feel like I have the blinders on of like I love One Piece, so
Ooh,
this
One
game
Piece.
looks great. Because
Yeah.
like it looks pretty good.
Oh,
A lot of these
Summer.
anime games feel very soulless. You like play them, and you're like, this game was made by like a bunch of dudes that just want to die. It
Yeah.
doesn't have any soul, but it looks pretty good.
What's speaking of Summer Game Fest, the day two is starting in 5 minutes, which is I think the
Which
Netflix
one?
showcase.
Oh God. Wait,
No, tune into the Epic Games Summer Showcase and an announcement for updates and PC titles on the Epic Games
okay,
Store.
so they're gonna do the Fortnite update, and they're probably gonna have some new games coming to the Epic launcher. I would guess.
More so, more than likely.
What else would they even announce? Like, I guess, yeah. What even would they
I mean,
announce
they already
besides
did
that?
stuff with Saints Row yesterday.
I'm not.
Um,
I could not get hyped for Saints Row. I feel like it can't do anything that GTA 5 has not already done. Like,
I think they're different games, but I just never enjoyed Saints Row either way.
I'm not big on the
Um,
Saints Row aesthetic either. Like all the
I think
neon
I
and
liked
stuff.
Saints Row 2 looked cool, but that was when they were like kind of still making it more serious and the comedy was more of like it wasn't so on the nose, if that makes sense.
It's so neon. It is
Yeah,
like
everything.
everything. If you look at just like the trailer thumbnail for it, it's like
Yeah,
there's like 50 neon signs in it. I don't know if I feel
I
about
don't
the
like it,
aesthetic.
but
It's definitely a good game. Well, not this. I don't know about this one yet, but the other game's definitely good. I just think GTA did it better.
yeah,
Layers of
I
Fears
understand
as
that.
well. Layers of Fears
Yeah, that game
looked
looks
pretty
sick. Oh, what was the
crazy.
other one? Um, the foot one. I don't
The
think you were
foot
watching
one.
it. Yeah, Devolver Digital Foot. See that?
What?
Angerfoot. That game looks
What?
crazy.
Angerfoot?
Yeah, bro, this game looks nuts. It's like Hotline Miami but first person.
Oh, okay. I came back right as you guys were talking about this.
Dude's going crazy. You just go around kicking people in the head and you shoot them with shotguns, kick doors in.
That looks
It's
pretty
literally
fun.
just Hotline Miami but first person. It looks sick.
I also don't know what I don't know what it's called, but that train survival game where you've got that giant
Choo Choo Charles.
Choo Choo Charles, unironically, it looks amazing. It looks amazing. I love like the fast paced horror like that's I feel like that's such a cool twist on it. Like the fact that everything's like super fast paced and you have to like constantly be moving and stuff. Kind of reminds me of like how zombies is.
Yeah.
I feel like that one's gonna be really good.
And I remember like there was a bunch that I can't remember the titles of. Um, but in the Day of the Dev section of the live stream, whenever they're going into all the indie games and stuff like that, all the projects and developers talking about what they've been working on, everything, there were a bunch of really cool like intro games coming out, like people who are like for casual players and like people who haven't really played video games and want to kind of get into it. There's like a bunch of really cool looking indie games coming out for like people who are interested in narrative driven, like entry level kind of not hard but very appealing and aesthetically pleasing like games coming out that looked really cool to me at least.
Yeah, the indie games were definitely pretty interesting looking.
There was a lot of cell shading, which I love some cell shading or pastel kind of graphics, but they look pretty good. There was one game with the I can't remember the name of it, but there was a game that's coming out that has the stunt coordinator, choreographer from God of War. Do you remember that?
Yeah, that was the one that that was the game where their main selling point of it was the or well not main selling point, but I remember the guy on stage who was announcing it was like this game was made by a 40-year-old single dad.
Oh yeah,
And I was like, well, who says that? They couldn't think of anything else to say about the
from
game.
Poland. He said a 40-year-old single dad from Poland or
Yeah.
something.
But that one
It
looked
was
pretty. It looked pretty good. It was one of those like I think it was like a beat 'em
it
up,
was
wasn't it?
it was also another like kind of Hotline Miami kind of style, but
Yeah,
slower paced, I think.
yeah.
But yeah, no, bro. Other than games in game fests, we are some weebs.
No way, dude. Hold on. Before that,
Hold on, what?
I just found the Midnight Fight Express on this list I'm looking at of all the games. The
Yeah.
first the first sentence that's describing it, developed by Jacob D, a single father in Poland. Midnight Fight Express is dot dot dot. That goes on to the whole, bruh.
It's just a
What is
transcript
with?
from what he said yesterday on the live
I
show.
think it is. Like, what is? Why? It looks really good though. It does look good,
It did look pretty cool.
but
It looked fun.
yeah, the stuntman of God of War and the co-writer of Destiny 2, The Witch Queen. Was the Witch Queen the bad one though?
Um, I don't know what the Witch Queen was.
That
Witch
would be funny.
Queen. Which bad one are you talking about? The RTS one?
No. There's a specific DLC for Destiny 2
Oh,
that
oh yeah,
that everybody
yeah. Sorry,
hates
my
on.
bad. Yeah, it was probably Witch Queen. Witch Queen. Witch Queen. God.
I'm seeing pretty good reviews for it. There's one that was like I was pretty sure it's universally agreed on to be pretty terrible. It might be one of the newer ones. I never played Destiny. I heard people
I played a
complaining
little
about
bit of
it.
it. It was the game's grindy. I'm not too big on MMOs. Very specific ones I'll play, but it also got to be in a good mood to play it. But as I was saying, we are also some weebs. And we do like the anime. Like he said, he is a bit biased towards that One Piece game. Uh, as you say,
Definitely
did you
biased
not?
towards it. I'm definitely
Yeah.
biased towards it.
But speaking of One Piece and anime in general, I've been watching. I got back into One Piece. I was like taking a break from it, watching some other shows. Finally back. Got to episode 681 last night, I think, in Dressrosa.
I can't
Ooh,
believe you
hold
didn't
on.
like. I can't believe you didn't like the Coliseum part in Dressrosa. I thoroughly enjoy it. I
I
mean, I
just
get that it was
didn't.
like dragged out a little bit. It was well, not a little bit. It was pretty dragged out. But that's honest. I'd say that kind of pacing from now on is like the standard that you're just gonna
Yeah,
have to like get used to. It gets the pacing was always pretty bad, but starting in Dressrosa, especially into like Whole Cake, into like Wano, the pacing can be pretty rough. It can be pretty
yeah,
rough. Like that level, dude. Whole Cake, I think, does it the worst. Whole Cake is, I think, is better than Dressrosa, but
yeah,
it has a part in it, one of the fights where I think I've told you before, where Luffy literally fights a dude for like 30 episodes almost.
yeah,
It is, and it's like my favorite fight in the whole show. Well, one of my favorite fights in the whole show. But it's like, man, they just beat each other up, get knocked down, get back up, beat each other up again, like repeat over and over
I'm really
again.
excited. I mean, like, I want to get caught up, especially before Red comes out. I want to go see Red in theaters.
I don't know if you'll be able to get caught up before Red comes out unless you really grind, because you
I mean,
are
I've been
about
watching like 10
400
episodes a day
episodes.
almost.
Yeah, yeah, I guess yeah, you could catch up pretty quickly if you're doing that. It took me a long time and I was grinding, so I
Well, I
know.
mean, I don't think we're going to be like 100% caught up. I don't think I have to be 100% caught
But
up
no,
to
you
watch
don't have
Red.
to.
Red will be
I don't think Red's gonna be
per-
canon.
I just don't want to see a move that they haven't released. Also, breaking news, a small thing. I have this live stream up in my second monitor, and if a new game comes up that is interesting, I will mention it. But their Epic Mega Sale is happening from May 19th to June 16th on Epic Games, and also there was a new Lord of the Rings game coming out,
Yeah,
and
I was kind
PC
of soy
Building
facing
Simulator
at that.
too.
I was kind of
You
soy
were?
facing at that Lord of the Rings game while we were talking. It looked pretty
Yeah, I
good.
know. That's what I
It's
was
like
saying, bro.
a
It
little
looked kind of
dwarf
crazy.
survival game.
Yeah, kind of looked like what's that game? Um, the dwarf game.
Oh, Deep Rock
The
Galactic.
yeah, Deep Rock.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would love to have a survival game set in like the mines of Moria or whatever. That would be sick.
that'd be insane. There's a game that I wanted to get with someone to play a co-op, but I just need someone to play a co-op with that wants to sit down and play like a single player co-op like that. I think it's Outworlders 2 or something like that. It looks sick. I wanna pick that up. This game looks wild too, whatever they're showing.
It
Anyways,
looks like it was made by the developers of Risk of Rain 2, in my
yeah, it
opinion.
kind of does, doesn't it? I think it is.
Yeah, I think it is as well.
Looks kind of cool. Um, but I know you've been watching Shield Hero.
Yeah.
How's that going?
Uh I don't know how to think. I really like it. I really like it when it does its things right. Like it'll have like moments where I'm like, wow, this is it has like moments of greatness in it. And then he'll just have five little girls following him around for 3 episodes. And Tim, you don't even know yet, dude. Season two, it goes from it starts out just him and Raftalia. I'm like, okay, that's kind of weird. He's got a little girl with him as his first partner, but it makes sense in the story, in the context of the story, and also she is a great character. Like she develops into a great character and stuff, and her backstory is really good in my opinion. And then you get
Yeah,
Philo, and Philo just is always going to be a little girl, and I just had to
yeah.
accept that. I'm like, okay, that's a little weird, but she's like
She draws the carriage.
she's more of a pet, I guess, and and it's like I don't know. And so I was like, okay, I can deal with two two women, one woman, one little girl. That's fine. And then we got Melty, and I'm like, okay, we've got three little girls following him around now. But she left. She's like the princess, so she can't stay with him for the whole show. She like like okay, she's leaving. That's fine. We let's get a guy in the party or anything. Let's get an animal, something. And then we've got another little girl from the Bow Heroes party that joins him. And I'm like, okay, I'm starting to I'm starting to lose faith. And that was 10 to 15 episodes ago. And since then, there have been, I want to say, two more little girls that have
Oh my
like joined
god.
his party, like not like permanently joined. That's how that show gets you. They're like, it's not a harem because they're not permanently in his party. They're just in his party because they have the same goal at the current moment. But he's got so many goals and there's so many plot points that are happening that there's always at least three little girls around him at all times.
Yeah.
So it's like I just can't. I don't
This
know.
that game looked crazy. Sorry, but that one looked nuts.
I wasn't paying attention.
That one was crazy. This one looks crazy too. Oh god.
I
I got to
can't
do
trust
another one.
I can't trust these trailers anymore, man. They lie
Yeah,
so much. They make the games look
they
so
do.
good. But yeah, I don't know about Shield Hero. I
Farming
really love
Simulator
it.
22.
I really love it, but it has some it's getting good now. Which is good. It's getting very good right now. And
Yeah, I
I'm all caught
started
up
like
at the
episode
moment.
2 or 3, or I got to episode 2 or 3 of Shield Hero season
So
whatever
you know
this is,
about the
3.
big turtle?
Yeah, I know
Dude,
it's a
it's
turtle
so
arc, but
stupid.
I haven't gotten to it yet though. I'm still pretty early in it. I've been watching like Spy X Family and I
I
mean
haven't
One
seen that one
Piece.
yet.
Spy X Family so good. It's so good. That is like a must watch.
I might check it
Um
out. I'm watching too many shows right now, bro. I
The
got
premise behind that show is like I gotta minimize this. I'm like, it is draining my
it's like
memory. I am like,
war
there's
going
too many
on
games. I'm like
in
pogging.
the
Yeah.
background.
The the premise is the father is a spy and he's sitting on a mission to basically kill this executive or something, like this big time dude, right?
Yeah.
And his son goes to this like boarding school, and his family, so his dad throws this big party for him and his classmates, depending on like the top 100 students or something, right? And he invites the top 100 students to his house, and they have like this party, like, oh yes, indubitably you're a very smart young child, right? It's like an elementary school, right?
Yeah.
And they have to test, and you have to take a test and score high on this exam to get in there. So his objective as the spy is to adopt a daughter and get a wife, pass the like entrance exam, pass the entrance acceptance, right? So like it's like a meeting. So if
Hmm.
you pass the test, you have to go to this meeting and talk to the people, and they have to be like, oh yes, you're sophisticated enough to join the school, right?
Hmm.
And yeah, he has to meet all these criteria to join in there, to get in there. And he he adopts this kid, right? And like the moment you meet her, like it's not necessarily a spoiler because it literally is told the moment you meet her, but she's like a telepath. She can like read his mind, like
Oh,
read his
what?
mind,
I
and
thought it was like
reads
a.
people's minds.
So there's like superpowers in that show,
Kinda.
or is it
She
just
was like an
her?
experiment.
Oh, I see. So it's
She like
just her.
escaped. Yeah, just her. But she like she can read his mind, so she knows he's a spy, right? And next thing on the list, he has to find a wife, right?
Yeah.
He finds a wife, but she's an assassin. So she doesn't know. Okay, so he doesn't know the kid's a telepath. The wife doesn't know that he's a spy. He doesn't know the wife is a spy. The wife doesn't know she's a telepath. That the daughter's a telepath. Nobody knows anything except for the daughter. But the daughter won't tell anybody anything
Okay, it
because
does
she
sound
doesn't want
pretty
them to
good.
know.
That sounds pretty good. I thought it
So
was
it's like
more
all these
just like.
people like trying to like like figure things out, and they're all like, why can you do that? And they're like, whatever, like it's weird.
That does sound pretty good. I might have to check that out.
It's a really good show. I enjoyed that.
I just have too much on my plate right now, dude.
Plus
Don't
the
watch Doctor
animation.
Stone. Don't
I'm not
watch it.
going
It's
to. That show's
bad.
stupid. It looks
It's really
bad. I
bad.
I tried
I've tried.
watching it.
I tried giving it the benefit of the doubt. It's like JoJo's level absurd at times, but like it's not nearly as funny. It's just like some absurd thing will happen, and you're like, what?
I feel
Like,
like people who watch Full Metal Alchemist would probably watch Doctor Stone. It's a weird show.
I agree with that, but I know that that's an unpopular opinion. That's definitely going to be an unpopular opinion, but I agree with
um,
that. For for pea brain individ. No, it's just mid. It's
um,
just some Doctor
it's not
Stone
a
is
good
just
show. Yeah.
mid. It's just that's
I've been watching this other show called Haran-san. It's basically Komi can't communicate, but she can talk. She's just quiet. So she whispers, and the dude's like, huh? And not very many
oh,
people
isn't
can
it?
hear her, but the gimmick kind of dies.
Isn't it made by the same people who made Comey Can't Communicate?
It might be.
Because I
I
saw I
don't.
saw recently a Giguk video about a show that is made by those people, and it has a very similar plot. But I was kind of like, "Are you serious?" Yeah, yeah, that's the same people that made Comey Can't Communicate.
Yeah, it's very similar. It's a very similar show, but I love this show. It's really funny. It's pretty good.
I just don't.
Oh,
I don't like. I don't know. I don't like
you don't
shows
like
like
slice
that.
of
I don't know
life?
why. No, no, no. I'm fine with some slice of life. I just.
This one isn't like as
I
like.
don't. I don't need the I can fix her.
Well, this isn't.
Girl.
He doesn't even fix her. That's the thing. This show's like them just hanging out. Like it's they go camping. They. It's not like he's like trying to fix her or something. Like she sucks at something, so he'll help her out with that, and then she'll help him out with other things. But
Also,
it's
she's
just
a
like these.
lolly.
It's a romance, but not really, because she's not like.
She's actually a demon, and she's actually 4,000 years old.
No, like for like it to be a law, she's like she doesn't wear. I don't know. They don't like over sexualize her
Yeah.
like at all. at all. Like she's always just wearing the school uniform, and it's like a modest school uniform, like long sleeves, long leggings.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a pretty funny show. She's I've enjoyed that. Comey Can't Communicate. I've been keeping up with that. That's pretty good too.
I watched the first two
Um,
of Comey, and I mean, I liked the first. I think the first
I
episode
think you
as
have to
like a
get
short
past two
film,
episodes.
or like as a short animation would have been good, but then it just keeps going, and it's like
It, well, it gets
I,
see
I could
the
fix her.
objective of that movie. The objective of that show is not to fix her. The objective of that show is to get her more friends.
Well,
So it's not
yeah.
about her trying to talk. That's just her character. She does that kind of thing. Just writing on the paper, but like it gets to the point where like she gets more and more friends, and they start having like parties and things, and like they start going out. So you start like getting more character development as you progress further and further. It's a really cool show. I love Comey Can't Communicate. I love both these shows.
Also, there was
I
a
think
small
you
detail that bothered me as well about that show is the fact that it establishes in the first episode that she's like insanely hot, and like also that she like is like kind of popular, like not popular as in she has a lot of friends
everybody.
and stuff, but everyone like likes her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so when she's like, I don't have any friends, I can't make friends, it just
Well,
comes
she
off
just
as like,
doesn't know how to talk
shut
to
up.
people.
Like,
That's the gimmick. That's the gimmick. Is she has social anxiety, so it's like this guy's trying to help her talk to people, and I don't know. I think the show's pretty good.
I don't
It's
think it's
pretty funny.
bad. It's just not for me.
I feel that.
Not enough people
Um,
blowing each other up, you know? Dude, I rewatched Fooly Cooley
yeah.
the other day. I rewatched my favorite episode of it, and then I was like, you know, I'm gonna rewatch the whole show, and I rewatched most of it. That show is literally so good.
I've
That
never seen it, and I really
dude,
want to watch
it
it.
is. I kid you not, is the best anime I've ever seen besides One Piece. Like I'd put it right under One Piece. Like not even in a different category. Like in the same bracket as One Piece.
Yeah.
It is it's literally the best. It has the
I need to.
best animations. It has but it's like an older style animation, kind of like it reminiscent of like 90s animation, but it's still like got
Yeah.
that hyper quality to it where it's like really good. It's got the best like writing. It's got like some of the best humor in my opinion. It's just it's so good. And it's like not it doesn't like overstay its welcome. Like it has like 6 or 7 episodes and then it's over.
Yeah.
It's so
I
good.
really need to get around to watching it. I'm probably gonna watch that next. I really want to watch Code Geass too.
Yeah, Brady keeps trying to tell me about Code Geass, and I just can't get past the art style. It reminds me of Yu-Gi-Oh.
I mean, I don't have an issue with the art style. The art style looks. I mean, it looks a lot like. It reminds me of like Gundam and like
Well, isn't it?
I
Is it
guess
not a
Yu Gi
Gundam?
Oh.
I thought it was a
Huh?
gun. I thought Code Geass was a Gundam. Is it not?
I don't think Code Geass is a Gundam anime. I mean, it's mecha, but there's mechs, but I don't think it's Gundam. Um, I don't think it's in the Gundam franchise.
All I know, I watched the
Yeah,
first episode. All I know is that he can like make people do whatever they want, whatever he wants, basically.
yeah, it is a weird. I mean, it is like very
It's one of those.
traditional anime.
Yeah, it's one of those like villain like Death Note kind of stories where like the villain is the main character.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it at some point. It looks pretty good. It will be fun. Hopefully, when I watch it. Oh, um, not anime that we've been watching though. Obi-Wan.
I really
I,
like that show, but it is getting. And I'm trying not to let it influence my opinion, but it is getting raw dogged on the internet right now, dude. So many people are shitting on Obi-Wan.
I don't see what's wrong with it.
I think it's kind of goofy at sometimes, but
There's a few things.
that's just Star Wars in general, dude. Like
I mean, yeah,
even like the Clone Wars, like the animated TV show, which people are like, that's the peak of Star Wars media, is like Clone Wars and stuff. It's like that show's goofy. They do a lot of goofy stuff, and they get really lucky, and like stuff like that would never work in a real setting. But it's just because it's animated, it like comes off as kind of like, oh, that could happen because you know it's animated. Like you can, but when they do it live action and they try to do the same goofy stuff, people take it way more seriously. Like that part in the newest episode where she like is able to take out two stormtroopers. Have you seen the newest episode?
Yeah, she did kind of just like
She like
pop
slaps one
them.
in the face and he like falls back and drops his gun, and then she like takes out the other one in a similar way. Or like
Didn't they
she
do that in the original movies a few times though?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't. I think it's unfounded the hate that it's
I
getting
mean,
because
they
it's
didn't
Star
shoot
Wars,
them.
dude.
They didn't shoot the stormtroopers in the Millennium Falcon whenever they landed in Episode 4 and the Death Star.
Yeah, they somehow took them out really quietly. Like you did. Or actually, I don't know. I think they did shoot them actually, but like nobody noticed. Like nobody heard the blaster fire coming from the ship. It's just goofy stuff like that that would never happen. Like eh, I don't know.
I didn't. I didn't. I mean, I saw it. I saw it happen, and I kind of made a thought about it. I was like, well, she really just karate chopped the stormtrooper. I thought it was a bit strange,
But it's a show
but
about
she then
space
shot them.
wizards. You
She
know what I
she
mean?
then shot both of them. Like, I don't know. I
Or
mean,
like
it's not like the helmets are secure.
the scene where Obi-Wan and her are walking out of the hangar and he has Leia like in his coat walking beside him, and like I had the thought too, I'm like that's kind of silly. Like nobody, they walked past like two inquisitors. Like nobody noticed that there's like a dude with a big hump next to him that had like a child walking next to him under his cape. Like it looked really
Yeah, I thought
bad. But it was still like it's Star Wars. It's not real. You know what I mean? Like, and it could happen theoretically. Like, people don't notice stuff all the time. There's like that.
I mean, there's also like aliens exist in this universe too.
Yeah, and there's like tons of in-universe reasons you could give as to why, but people are just hating so much. This show's terrible. The writers need to be fired. Disney ruined Star Wars. Blah blah. It's like I get
I
that.
really don't think it was that bad. My only issue is I hate the main villain. I hate the second sister or whatever.
You don't like her.
No, I really don't like her. Not even like as a villain. Like I love a good villain. If there's a like a bad villain, like a good bad like a, you know what I'm saying? Like Vader, I love Vader, right?
You just don't like her acting.
I hate her acting. I hate the way she acts. I hate the way she like delivers her lines.
This place is beneath us. It's like,
Yeah, she says
oh.
some weird stuff, and she like the interrogation scene with like Leia when she was trying to act intimidating to the kid. I'm like,
Yeah, it was kind of
you're trying a
cringe.
bit too hard. I just don't like that chick. I don't know. I don't know what it is about it. I wish it revolved around the fifth brother. The fifth brother's such a sick character.
Yeah, I like
He's
him.
like pissed and jealous that this chick is like going out of her way to do stuff. I wish Vader killed her. I was like pogging when he came in there and he was like choking her out.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna
And then he
kill her.
left. He like let her go, and I'm like, "You're joking, man."
I
Like,
just want. I would have liked this series to be focused more on either Vader or literally any of the other Inquisitors as well.
for
Like
sure.
I just think she's also like the least interesting looking. Like it's just a lady. It's literally just a lady.
I don't have
Whereas
an
like
issue with
all
it
the other
just being a
Inquisitors.
person.
Well, yeah, I get
But
that, but all have you seen all the other Inquisitors, dude? They all look
yeah,
so
that's what I'm saying.
cool.
The fifth brother looks sick, and then the Grand Inquisitor in the first episode was insane looking.
Yeah, and then
He looked so cool.
I was very disappointed by the main villain of this. Even though I guess the main villain technically is Vader, but
Yeah,
I think
I just
I definitely think she's gonna die by the end of it, though.
I
If
hope
that's
so.
any consolation to
I
you.
hope so. If she doesn't, I'm gonna be pissed.
She's
I
just
do not like that character. I don't like that character. She is just dumb too. Like all four Inquisitors was like, you gotta chill out, stop screaming at him, right? And then like she's like threatening to cut people's hands off and stuff. I think she did cut someone's hand off trying to interrogate, trying to find the Jedi in the second episode or first episode. The dude's like, stop. Fifth brother's like, stop. We don't do it like that.
yeah. I mean, she is very hateable, like as a character, which I think is intentional. But yeah, the acting could be better. But then I look at like any other Star Wars media too, and I'm like, all if I'm being completely honest, all the acting was pretty bad.
I
Like I
mean,
don't think there's
yeah.
any Star Wars live action show besides Mandalorian where the acting is good. I think Mandalorian is peak. I don't think it gets. I don't think we'll ever get that again, like that. And
I mean, we'll see.
partially because he had a helmet on the whole time, so
Yeah, that is
he
true. I
only had
mean,
to
I
act with his
really
voice and
enjoyed.
his movement.
I mean, I think her character would be much cooler. Like, I bet you, like, if they had the same lines but just a different person doing it, I think the show could have changed.
Yeah, that's
If that
valid.
make
A lot of people have that same opinion. I personally, I mean, I agree that the acting isn't the best. I just, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think she's bad. I don't think she's a bad Inquisitor. I think she plays a pretty good Inquisitor because she's definitely hateable, and she comes off as just pissed all the time, which is like what the Inquisitors should be because they're like
yeah,
partially into the dark side and stuff.
I just loved the aesthetic of the first dude, right? He's
Yeah,
just like, she's like chaotic evil, right? The other dude was like lawful evil, right? And I think the fifth brother is like neutral evil, right? I just don't like the chaotic evil in her. She's like, it's ridiculous. I think
yeah. I
that's me.
also, I
Maybe
just,
that's just the way of her character and the way she's designed. But like, with her like cutting the dude's hand off, I think it would have been cooler if she was just standing there, not even like yelling at him, and then was just, oh, do you know where the Jedi is? And he's like, no. And he just cuts his hand off. And you're like, oh, do you know now? Like, without like, she doesn't have to be intimidating. You just have to do an action, right?
yeah, she definitely oversells it on the scary, trying to be scary or like trying to be angry. Like less is more when it comes to like. That's why Vader's so good, is because Vader has no face. You can't see him, and he just kind of talks
It's just,
calmly
you
and like
have one more chance.
yeah,
Is
he just talks
basically,
super
don't fail
slowly and
me again.
like quietly and calmly, and it's terrifying.
It
You
is
don't
really
you don't have
terrifying.
to
He
be like
murdered like an entire family trying to find Obi-Wan.
yeah. He didn't even
And he
say a
was just
word.
walking the entire time.
Yeah,
Literally didn't say a word.
yeah.
That's fear.
I like that a lot better than overselling your lines and stuff. But I don't know. I like Obi-Wan a lot. I like the show.
I enjoyed the show. I
I
love the
can't
show.
wait
I
for
don't think the
the
show's bad.
rematch because I there's definitely going to be a rematch between him and Vader.
Oh,
Um,
for sure.
and because it was kind of alluded to as well that he's getting his old abilities back because as he was like walking through this newest episode, he was kind of just see him kind of like remembering how to use his lightsaber and stuff, and he was like kind of remembering he got the force back a little bit.
Yeah.
So hopefully, I mean, he's still gonna get clapped by Vader because there's no way like he wins. You know that doesn't make any sense. But I think he'll definitely. We'll have a. I would love, dude, if they play Duel of the Fates. If they play Duel of the Fates while they fight again, because they didn't do it. They didn't do it in the third episode. In the was it third, second? I think it was the third episode. They didn't play Duel of the Fates, and I was like, oh, dude, that means they're definitely gonna have a rematch because in the trailer they played Duel of Fates.
Yeah.
Like that is when that happens, I'm gonna lose my mind. I'm going to lose my mind.
I think we're done. I think we're done. Oh my God! I can't forget that. Oh my God, Brandon, give me a music recommendation.
Music recommendation?
Yes.
In what sense?
So just Spotify music recommendation. Anything you give them, just music recommendation.
Music recommendation? Um.
Your favorite song, a song that they like, or a song you want people to listen to,
I've got
a song you've
an
been listening to
album. An
recently.
album.
Okay, go ahead.
Uh, A Love Letter to You 2 by Trippie Redd. Not one, not three, two. A Love Letter to You 2. Album of the year. Album of the decade.
All right, that's gonna get cut.
Album of the century.
That's gonna get cut.
Dude, that album is gas.
No,
Don't you dare say
I
that about that
hate
album.
Trippy Red, bro.
Dude,
I
that
can't.
album is so good, though.
I
A Love
just
Letter to You
don't like
2.
Trippy Red.
Dead to me.
But I'll accept it. I'll accept it. Um, for me, a music recommendation currently. I listened to some Periphery recently. The Periphery album, Hail Stan. You should check that out. And then a band named Agent Fresco. Yeah, those are my two recommendations. Um, I think there was something that happened in the release radar. A Wayne, no, not a Wayne. Someone came out with some music recently, and I can't remember who it was. Oh well. Oh, okay. I Built the Sky came out with a new song. Amon Amarth came out with a new song. Thornhill came out with a new song. The Algorithm came out with a new song. Joji came out with a new song. And Galactic Empire did the Jurassic Park theme. Galactic Empire is a Star Wars um, metal cover band, and they did the cover of Jurassic Park. So
Interesting.
yeah, and apparently there's a new song from Suicide Boys. So
Yeah, they kind of fell off for me personally.
yeah. Oh, and there's a new Doja Cat and Post Malone
Oh
song.
God, Post Malone's so mid now, dude. Did you hear his new album?
No,
Oh my God, bro, it was so bad. I
I
literally
start
could not get
smoking
through it.
again.
Could not get through it at all.
All right, I think that's it. I think we're gonna wrap it up. Uh, so get on out of here. I don't want any of you guys here anymore. You listeners, you guys are losers. Too needy. Gotta make me just talk to you guys for an hour. So get out of here. Leave us alone. Shutting the door, locking the door, kicking you out. No more food, no more water. Nothing. Out. Adios. See you next week. Goodbye.